Hi, Annavive and Bobby. Here's part two. I hope I'm doing it right with two different videos, so if not, just let me know. So we're going to get started today with our intention. So my intention for our class today is to be here now. It's so easy for us to get caught up in the drive over or what someone said to us or didn't say to us, but we're going to take two big breaths in, center ourselves, and we're going to have in with the good and out with the bad. So in with the good, out with the bad. In with the good, out with the bad. And we're going to start out with warrior one on the right hand side. So we're going to step our right foot forward. You're going to put your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Hips are going to be front and center, and your arm is going to be out straight. Vision is going to be over the middle finger. Make sure that your knee is over that second toe, and you lift up your back arm. This is going to be our warrior one. Next, we're going to go into our twisted crescent. So you're going to lift up that back heel, straight front to the room, hands to prayer, and you're going to lean over and look at your right hand side. Now it's important to be nice, firm, and upright. You don't want to slouch, you don't want to bend in. So nice big pull up on your chest, almost as though you were a turtle being peeking itself out of the shell. And press the big toe into the ground for stability. Your drishti is going to be up at the sky or in the right hand corner of the room. Keep it nice and soft. And we're going to be here for 3 big breaths. So we're going to come out of that pose into our reverse warrior. So you're going to stand up straight. I like to adjust that back leg a little bit. Your right hand is going to come up, left hand to your top of your left thigh, and rainbow over behind yourself, making sure you keep that knee over your second toe. And lift up in your chest, and 3 big breaths here. Okay, so after our reverse warrior, we're going to go to our right side with our bent knee triangle. So keep that right leg bent. I like to scoot my back leg back a little bit, making sure that our knee is in alignment with our second toe. And arms are going to be lifted. And be sure you have a nice bend in that front right leg. And you're going to press your elbow into the knee and make sure that you are up nice and straight, lifting up. Your drishti or your vision is going to be behind you. Slight twist. And we're going to be here for 3 breaths. So we're going to come out of that position, let it go, and we're going to our wide leg pose next. So toes are going to go out. You're going to be facing what would be the lobby wall, and we're going to start with our hands under our chest and leaning over, and making sure when you lean over, you have a straight spine. So we're not crumpling over. We're extending that spine up, and be sure not to lock out at your knees. I have a bad habit of doing that myself. Slow, slow. And you can put your hands down. Get some movement if you like. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And all I want you to think about is your breath and your body. Come up nice and slow, and then we're going to stay in our wide leg forward fold, And we're going to put our hands on our sacrum, and we're going to push our shoulders backwards, making sure that our tail is not also pushing backwards. So neutral spine, looking up and folding over. Again, breathing. Come up. And then our next variation in our wide leg forward fold is going to be leaning over and halfway lift. So lean over and then halfway lift with a nice straight spine. Peeking your head out as though you were a turtle. Couple of breaths here. And stand up slowly. So we're going to do our side lunge. I like to take a little wiggle here just to kind of give my hips some relaxation and some movement before we go to our side lunge. And so we're going to go towards the front of the room, and you can have your hands down in a protective, or give you a little bit more help on the floor. You can use blocks. There's no shame in using blocks. One of the things I found is that when I do use blocks, it lets me really think about the pose without having to give too much effort. So I'm able to think about my alignment and maybe backing off on the effort for a little bit. Now we're going to go to the side lunge on the back of the mat. And if your knees pop, that's okay. Mine pop too. So take some deep breaths here. And then we're going to come back to the front of the mat. So twist your front leg and your back leg forward. And we're going to do an easy twisted warrior. So come back down to the mat. Left hand's going to be down. Right hand is going to be up. Your drishti, or your vision, is going to be up at the ceiling. And lift up in your chest. And take 3 nice big breaths here. Bring your left foot to the front. And we're going to put our hands down for our chaturanga. And go down to your push-up position. Back bend of choice, upward facing dog, then downward facing dog. Pedal out your hips, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, stand up. And we're going to do that one more time. So lean forward fold, halfway lift. Hands down in your push-up position. Lean forward as far as you can, elbows in, your push-up. Back bend of choice, then downward facing dog. And our next pose is going to be the dolphin pose, and you're going to come into this pose by putting your knees on the floor, and your arms are going to be at a 45-degree angle. We're going to be here for 10 breaths, and you're going to push up as though you were in your downward facing dog, but your arms are going to be in this 45-degree angle. So arms in, hands clasped, and then feet up, downward facing dog position, and we're going to take 10 breaths here. And if at any time you need to come down to your knees, please take that option. This is your practice. And 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's it, everyone. Great job. I thank you for joining me today, and that's video number 2. Love y'all.